Hi, I'm Allison Zmuda, and welcome again to Kimberly Sheppard. She's been talking to us about her fabulous program with career and technical education paired with academic coursework and starting to see the powerful interplay. And one of the questions that I was intrigued by around the territory of student engagement is what you're seeing, Kimberly, from the students as they're thinking and working both in a classroom setting and in a hands-on setting. So can you describe a little bit about the behaviors, skills, dispositions that you're seeing students actually continue to grow?
I think what's been exciting has been the leadership. So we talked earlier about the anatomy and dance and just having those students lead a lesson for other students. That was really exciting. And I've seen a lot of leadership across the building, but we've also seen more of that problem solving and even an entrepreneurial spirit. So one of the images I can share with you is from our automotive class. And these students have not only had to figure out what is wrong with some of these small engines and some of the other engines, but also they're looking at individuals' cars and working on small problems that individual may have, some brakes and different things like that. So the instructor is very hands-on as well with the students and goes behind and checks, but the students are largely responsible for some of these the business decisions in a sense, and working on how they're kind of preparing for the individuals coming in. So as the instructor starts their day, he will start off with saying, okay, so here we have these two individuals coming in. Here's the situation. What are some of the things that we're going to do? And so the students walk the teacher through what they would go through. And if he has corrections or suggestions, then he makes them at that time. And he's continually checking with the students to see where they are in that process and follows up. But it's exciting to see the students have that confidence in themselves and in their decisions, and also just feeling like they are leading in this process as well.
Oh, it's also fascinating too, Kimberly, as you're starting to describe this, that the work that the students and the teacher are engaged in are a bit different and very much focused on where you and I first met around our work in personalized learning. So you were a former personalized learning coach in Henry County before you moved into the building-based role that you're in right now. And so when you're starting to think about the idea of student agency, as we're starting to elevate their voice, their opportunity to make sense of problems and challenges, the role of a teacher is a bit different. Can you talk about that a little bit?
You can definitely see the shift in facilitator, and they're absolutely still teaching. There's still there's times that they will speak and talk to the students as in a lecture format, if you will. But what we've really strived and worked with our teachers on is more of an 80-20 model. So the teachers will be working with the students and leading them for that 20% of the time, and then giving the students the time to really apply some of that. And that doesn't mean that they've just completely let the students go and that's it, but they're also still continuing to check in, work in small groups, or even pull the students aside and work with them individually if necessary. But we're seeing just this overall growth of facilitators in the building, and that's exciting.
Well, if you want more information, go ahead and contact Kimberly Sheppard. So her information is at the bottom of the screen. And thank you so much, Kimberly, for joining us.
Thank you for having me.